are. It's time. I've been waiting all my life for someone, something, anything to break the walls down. Time to move now. I can never stand alone among your sea of energy. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives. I'm tangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, in truth, in truth, in truth. Ignite like a fire spreads its light, expressing in a flaming fury. Light your dreams now, burn your fears down. We can never stand as one among imagined enemies. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives. I'm tangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, in truth, in truth, in truth. Spiraling into a pattern of eternal light, following the path of love, gathering the thread that weaves us in divine design. Despite illusion, I am like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives. I'm tangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, 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 in truth. When they said you couldn't do it, when they said you wouldn't win, did you take it for the answer and not trust the voice within? How can they know which way your wind blows? Look inside of you for the truth, the voice inside of you, the calling from within will guide you on your path to heaven. When they tell you life is empty, when they tell you love is pain, can you feel the heart that's aching and the fear that sounds like blame? How can they know which way your wind blows. Look inside of you for the truth, the voice inside of you, the calling from within will guide you on your path to heaven.
Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. We are a vibrant, inclusive, and spiritual community that seeks to live intentionally, love unconditionally, and see God in all people and in all faiths. We believe the work we do in prayer and in the community creates a world that works for all cultures, races, orientations, and faiths. For over 60 years, we have practiced thinking globally and acting locally to help awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Annually, hundreds of people actively participate in our services, classes, events, and in our Spanish-speaking ministry. And we are training the next generation of spiritual leadership in our ministerial school. In the last few years, because of apparent divisions politically and socially, and because of threats to basic human rights, we have magnified our application of science of mind principles with engagement and compassion in action in the greater Napa Valley community. Our members have participated in women's marches, pride events, and we have hosted speakers on racial issues. We have empowered and mentored diverse leaders in our community and given scholarships to diverse ministerial students. We have donated over 4,000 pounds of food to our local food bank. Our spiritual director, Reverend Jay Lang, has facilitated an interfaith leadership group to hold public prayer vigils and 9/11 commemorations in participation with Jews, Muslims, and Christians. We have fostered the creation of a beloved community in the larger Napa Valley area by honoring community heroes at events and tithing to and partnering with a dozen different nonprofits that share our vision. Together, we've created a Martin Luther King Day of Service where over 1,200 participated in community service annually. The leadership of our parent organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, headquartered in Golden, Colorado, recognized our community for all of the outstanding, compassionate work we've been doing over the last few years with the 2022 Meritorious Community Award. As we move forward to do this work of the heart, to awaken the world to its spiritual magnificence, will you join us as we continue to ascend to new heights and create a world that works for everyone?
Good morning, Napa Valley and beyond. Welcome to the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I am Georgia Davis. I am a professional prayer practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living and also an intern serving here on my ministerial path. So we all recognize that spring has really sprung, and because spring has sprung, I get to be here and I get to serve today as the person serving the message and celebrating today. So Reverend Jay is away, but he'll be back next Sunday. And today we have a wonderful service with Astra Fox here is our musician. Thank you for welcoming her.
All right, so happy to be here. Let's get this Sunday started right with one of my chants, I am opening. So it's simple enough, you'll catch it in a couple of verses.
I am opening
Thank you, Astra. So if this is your first time here, but it's been a while, we offer you a special welcome. We'll acknowledge you later in the service, so welcome in advance. We like to begin our service repeating our vision and mission statement. Please join us by saying our vision statement that's on your screen as well. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, together we say, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. So we have a great service planned today. And before we get started, I wanted to let you know about a few announcements. Today after the service, Astra will be producing a workshop, giving a workshop about musical mantras for your mindset.
Yes, so I'm so excited to be offering. I usually offer my passion of music, but I'm going to be blending my passion of music today with my passion for personal growth and spiritual growth with this workshop, where I'm going to be sharing with you one of the most powerful coaching tools that I use with my one-on-one clients that will show you exactly how the thoughts that you're thinking are creating the results and results that you have in the reality that you have in your life. We're going to sing mantras. I'm going to teach you the tool. You're going to pick an issue that you have that you're struggling with. We're going to turn it around and you're going to have the opportunity to create your own musical mantra. So you'll be leaving the workshop with your own mantra that you can sing to help raise your vibration and empower your beliefs. So I hope you'll join me there.
Thank you so much. And if you've never done that before, I don't know about you, but I'm a singer, and that's how I met Astra. And we actually were working on music together. We have this picture on Facebook, if you haven't seen it, posted about today. And if you make your own mantra and you sing it, it's always with you. And so in times of trouble, it's a great thing to turn to. What do I want to affirm now? So I highly encourage you going. As I said before, next week we will have Reverend Jay back with us. And then on Sunday the 30th, our guest speaker will be Reverend Dr. Edward Viljoen of the Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa, who actually was also our spiritual leader, who we now have a new spiritual leader. But he's one of my teachers. I highly recommend coming and listening or being online. And then May 6th, we have the Sip and Savor. We're all going to be there, right? And there'll be wine tasting, savory food, and the Compassionate Heart Award, especially for Hope Lugo, Carol Poole, and Dr. Marty Shoulders. And if you don't know about Hope Lugo, she helped start the, it's the hospital. Everyone knows, right? Olay, thank you. From Clinic Olay, and worked with Cesar Chavez. Tickets are now on sale, but the early discount ends on the 1st. So get your ticket and tell your friends and have them come. It's a lovely event. We'll also have donations of gift cards. We're looking for donations of gift cards and fine arts and services and baskets of picnic and spa products and vacation rentals and experiences for our auction, because if you've never been before, that's what you can find on auction there. And it's a lot of fun. Then also to remind you, every Wednesday here, we have open meditation at 6 p.m. in the sanctuary. It's a mindful meditation for beginners and experienced meditators. Then also on Wednesday, we'll have the 7 p.m. Spanish version virtually. For more information on this or anything else, please call the church office or view our website at nvcsl.com. And now we'll begin the sacred part of our service with music, meditation, and then prayer.
So this is a musical mantra I wrote for one of my one-on-one clients, and I invite you to join along or just close your eyes and listen. unfolding in divine right perfect time. In divine perfect time. Everything is unfolding in divine right perfect time.
So just sit back, settle your gaze. Maybe take a deep breath. And just know that that power and that presence, that divine, right, perfect mind is here right now. So we just open up to that consciousness, that vibration, and that tune today as we just let that music roll within us. And as we breathe in, knowing that that consciousness is here right now, we know that everything that's happening today with the children in the back, the messages can be brought in by Georgia and that beautiful music we've had today. We just know that that consciousness, that divine spirit, that open heart, that magnificent spiritual awareness that we have right here and right now. We just settle into that consciousness right now, into the silence for just a brief moment. We allow it to be. And as we just take another breath, come back into this room right here and right now. And good morning.
Good morning.
It's nice to be here today. Jay called me last week and asked if I'd come and help out. I'm kind of looking forward to hearing the message today. It's awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence with the rhythm of spirit. So I was thinking this morning, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I have a little more? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love you. Sail the ship. So anyways, I'm a Beatles fan from the old days, and I love music. Play music every day at my house just about. But Jay said I should always bring up something about myself. So, it's not where we were that counts, but where we're going. And so a week ago, Friday, on the April 7th, which, by the way, was the day that Ernest Holmes transitioned, was my recovery date and my new spiritual growth date. So I celebrated 29 years of recovery without any minor mood altering chemicals on that Friday. And it set me on a path. Also 21 years off tobacco too, which, by the way, kicked my butt harder than getting off the other stuff. But it put me on a spiritual path and actually led me to this building. I've been here longer than the center's been in this building. I used to teach A Course in Miracles in here when it was a Unity Church. And it's like I never left the building. Elvis may have left, but I didn't. So anyways, I just want to say thank you for being here today. I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I was looking at the numbers today and I Googled some stuff up on Ernest Holmes that I'd never heard before. So it's kind of got me wanting to go check it out farther and delve deeper into it, because evidently he was in the numerology a whole lot. And I'm not quite sure what the message is going to be today, but I just want to let you all know that I'm jazzed on it because I like numbers and I know they mean a lot. And I learned he's either a Capricorn or an Aquarius and a few other things. So I was Googling this morning. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the service back over to the music, or what's next. I forgot to look. Georgia, what's up next? All right. And thank you. Have a great day.
I'm starting to feel a little insecure about not playing the Beatles next, but I trust maybe next time, but all together now. That's the best part. Instead, you get to hear an original song by me called Starseeds Rise. is calling you home to stand and be the light shining through the shadows of darkness to heal the wounds of life. We shine, we are one truth, love divine. We are wisdom realized. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one breath burning bright. We are sacred soul inside. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. Star seeds rise, your heart drum is calling. Why don't you sing that with me? Star seeds rise, star seeds rise, your heart drum is calling. One more time. Maybe put your hand on your heart. Star seeds rise, your heart drum is calling.
Thank you so much, Astra. What a beautiful way to bring me onto stage. And if you didn't notice, she's also pretty matchy with her little background too. All intentional, right? And all in the mind of God. So if you don't know who Ernest Holmes is, he is the founder of the Centers for Spiritual Living, which used to be called Religious Science, and also is the sister belief system to Christian Science. But we say here we believe in the prayer and the pill, whereas Christian Science believes in just the prayer. But we come from many of the same teachers, which means that Ernest Holmes learned from a lot of those same teachers about the power of prayer. And so that's why, as us prayer practitioners, we are the helping arm of the clergy. And that's because we believe that prayer is so instrumental in changing our perception, our experience, and life itself for us and the world. So I just wanted to share with you, since I've told you who Ernest Holmes was, a little bit of Ernest Holmes. And the wonderful thing about Ernest Holmes is that often he'll quote people and he doesn't say who he's quoting or what he's quoting. And he was quite the talker. And so a lot of our textbooks are really, because I believe it's The Science of Mind or Living the Science of Mind, are really just talks by Ernest Holmes. And he would speak in people's homes. He would speak in event spaces. And it's interesting because I also wanted to quote a little bit of Emerson. And I found a quote where he's speaking of Emerson. And this is from the Philosophy of Ernest Holmes. We shall keep it very simple and say, there is a repository of all the thoughts of the ages. Great thoughts begin to awaken in us, and you will be surprised how right Emerson was when he said, sometimes the muse too strong for the bard sits astride his neck and writes through his hand. Every person may write beyond his or her, I'm changing it to be gender neutral, through their intellectual comprehension. Every person may speak at times a language, the meaning of which they do not comprehend. I'm not talking about psychic confusion. I'm talking about something beyond that. Every person is a revelator of the whole thing. That is why Emerson said, watch that spark that flashes across your own consciousness. It is the one and only fact that you possess. And then he goes on, it is all that you brought with you. It is a cinch. It is all that you will ever take away with you. This is a pearl of great price, for which a man will sell at all that he has in order that he may possess it, the wonder of it, the beauty of it, and the thrill. And then he goes on to say, you know, there is a little ham in every preacher, or nobody would come to listen to them. I will admit to it. And if I haven't got it, I would like to have it, with an exclamation point. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a bit of a ham. So I really recognize that from Ernest. Some people call him Ernie, the beloved Ernie. So today, I wanted to talk about 3 things. Wheel of Fortune. No, wait, that wasn't it. Rhythm, magnificence, and community. And I was thinking about this. This has been working through me. And, you know, I could stand with you at the grocery store and talk about this for an hour, but I only have, you know, like 10 minutes or something. So I really have been thinking about how to make it more concise. And what it brought up for me is, if you know what the Mahabharata is, it's a Hindu text. It was the one that's made into 12 volumes. It's that long. And it was what was said to have been what Ganesha broke off his tusk to write. It is also includes the Upanishads and I forget what it is, the story of Arjuna and God. So I went to go see that with someone, and it was a 3-hour rendition of this 12 volumes. And then he put it into 3 minutes. Sorry, they. One person doing the cast of, I don't know how many thousands of gods. So I'll give you the shortened version. So the things that have to do with rhythm and magnificence and community is spirit. There's a rhythm, a spiritual rhythm that is not just in the cosmos, because I mean, think about the planets. There's a rhythm that's moving the planets. There's a rhythm that's moving nature. I mean, look at spring. There's a rhythm that is moving our lifetime. Look at how we had COVID, this great closing in and bringing in and having that time to move out into this new spring of life. And we're in this rhythm. It's the time to come out. It's the time to be in community. It's the time to show and know and be our magnificence. So easy to remember now, right? When abundance is so present all around us. But it's also important to know in those dark times to remember that we're a part of this rhythm. And I don't know about you, but I've had some moments, even lately, when my human side is so activated with fear. And really, it was very interesting. I reached out to my mentor, Melissa Felipe, if you know her. I just adore her. She's out on the road with Z. Egloff, and said, please, can I talk to you for a moment? And then I prayed and moved on to my day. And wouldn't you know, I ran into someone who completely switched my reality and said, come and do this spiritual thing. And I said, yes. That's the important thing, is to say yes to the universe, you know, when it's giving you a gift. And then moved on into the rest of the day and actually had a great interaction with my supervisor. And just, you know, life just completely changed in, I don't know, an hour. And when she got back to me, I was like, well, it's all shifted now. So that's an important thing to remember about the rhythm of the universe, the rhythm of life, the rhythm of spirit, is that sometimes what it takes is asking for help. Although we don't use prayer like that, we don't say, oh, please, Spirit, give me what I want. We say, Spirit, I know you're giving me what I need. Thank you. Thank you for all that I have. Thank you for all this abundance. Thank you for all the people in my life. And that's because we don't believe we need to plead with the universe. We don't believe that we need to plead to God because we're already one with it. How can we plead for what we already have? We don't. We just look at, where is this showing up? Where can I find it? It's like the hide and seek game of spirit. Okay, Spirit, what's happening today? Where will I find you today? How can I be grateful today? So in that way, I just invite you to move into the flow of the universe. And so I'm really glad that Michael had a little song, because I have a little song for all of my words. So the one that was for rhythm was, the rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you, rhythm is gonna get you tonight. Do, 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 do. Okay, so you got to remember that one for rhythm. And magnificence. Well, I'm going to start that one off with the song, because I'll tell you, my grandmother, she was just she was probably a Quaker in her own mind, but she actually had some writings by Emmett Fox, who was also a writer of the Science of Mind. And she always used to say, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess around with Mr. In Between. So if you know that one, that's a good one to get stuck in your head too, because that's what I often think of when I'm feeling like I'm not accentuating or not feeling like my own best positive. Because when I thought about magnificence, so magnificence means to magnify, to make great. And there's lots of stories in the Bible about how Mary was the magnifier of God. Now, I'm a new student to the Bible, even though I am a ministerial intern. And I think there's some good lessons in there. And I think about how we actually all are that opportunity to magnify the great and wonderful divine spirit, even though we might not feel like it all the time. It made me think of that saying, don't compare your insides to other people's outsides, because it's impossible. Well, I think on our insides and our interior mind, and that mind, our little mind that keeps going, so sorry, that is that smaller self, our human that is, more animal and more segregated within ourself, whereas our magnificent divine self, that is the exterior actually that we're comparing to others, I think. We need each other for that. We need each other to magnify each other so that we say, I see that in you. I see the amazing love. I see the joy. I see the presence that you are. I see this gift that you are to the universe. Only you can be. So you cannot compare yourself to anyone else, because as that divine gift to the universe, really, should you be like anybody else? No, you're perfect, whole, and complete as you are, and you need to be different. But we need each other to remember to say, I see it in you. I see love in you. I see the divine in you. And that's why we come into community. We need each other for community, because this is where we see each other. This is where we come together. And I'll tell you, even in community, when someone doesn't see that divine magnificence in you, they are the opportunity to remember it for yourself. They are the opportunity for you to look at, well, what is it that they don't see about me that I'm agreeing with, that I think I should or shouldn't be? They're the opportunity. So it is good to be in community with people, yes, all of us who have similar thinking, since Science of Minders, we have all different beliefs, but we believe in oneness. It's great to get out there and expose yourself to people who may or may not believe exactly, but you can find your commonality. It's one of the first things I like to do with people if I see they have a tattoo. I have a tattoo. And I say, oh, I like your tattoo. We can find these basic things. Oh, you have blue eyes. You have brown eyes. You have straight hair. You have curly hair. Find the commonality, because we are all brothers and sisters in spirit. We are all family. And Our community here isn't just to be here. We know that, right? Our community is to bring us as those star seeds out into the world and remind people of their magnificence. Catch them doing spirit, being spirit. You know that lights people up. You know that magnifies them. You know this is how we create our world that works for everyone. Because it only takes a little bit. It only takes a smile. It only takes even sitting there. Actually, this was something I think I've told you before. Reverend Edward taught me was sit at Costco and watch people go out the door and say, I love you. I love you. See, I'll start crying because I think of that movie, Love Actually, and just greeting people with love, seeing love all around. Because the trick is that here we are in community, but you are the community. Bring it, bring it, bring it. So let's see. What else did I have to say? Because I had so much to say. It was the cutest thing. I was practicing last night and my partner Jim got to hear the whole thing and I just saw him. I didn't know he was listening to me. So, but it was a great opportunity. And, you know, how fun it would be if you guys got to hear like that instead of, you know, I don't know, the abridged version. It was good. So, that's the thing, is that when we bring our community with us, we are safer and we are stronger. And we bring that oneness belief like Ernest Holmes talked about. I always like to also bring spirit and send spirit ahead in times of trouble, in times of challenge, even when it's confusing why people do things that they do. Sometimes I've had times in my life where I go, okay, it's all spirit, but whatever spirit's doing over there, I need to not participate in. Spirit's doing something that I'm not helping. Because that's okay. It's okay to be in the community that works for you. But what I want to say about our community is, I don't know about you, but I came from Center for Spiritual Living Santa Rosa, which is really huge. And we needed a lot of volunteers. And we are looking for volunteers. Now, this isn't a big sale. If you haven't seen these forms, please take one today and think about how you can participate in our community. Because the deal about volunteering is that then we have ownership. We are a true center for spiritual living. Because the more you participate, and I tell you this from my own experience, I would have never gotten into classes. I would have never joined the choir. I would have never become a practitioner, and I would never have been standing here today if I had not decided that I needed to volunteer. Because a lot of people in Centers for Spiritual Living go, well, how do I meet someone? And then you'll hear classes, go to classes. But the other way is to volunteer, because you get closer to people, you form bonds, you get to know them better. Because this is what I've learned, is that it's easy to judge. It's easy to think judgmental thoughts about people and think that spirit is doing something weird with them because I don't agree with what they're doing or saying, until I get closer. Because when I get closer and step in, and you know, if you're still having issues with COVID or a fear of that, we can get closer in other ways, right? Because there are opportunities, there are always opportunities in a spiritual community that we can do things like, I loved writing thank you cards for the church. Have you ever done that? That's really sweet work. Like, you get to just think about somebody or find out what they've done and then write them a very sweet thank you card and stand for our whole community and the love that we're sending them in gratitude. Or, you know, we have opportunities for people to call people who can't come and they want to connect. We have opportunities for, if you're a prayer practitioner or if you're in classes, calling and praying with people. If you're not, if you've learned how to do our affirmative prayer, you can be in a prayer group with people. That's kind of like what Science of Mind started with, was a lot of prayer groups in homes. And like I said, there's ways to work around that with COVID. So I use this to tell you, it's a call for you to be deeper in community with us. And, you can send this to Mary, and I've been begging to help with our volunteers. And I would love to be in community with you and be a person who can call you and say, great, thank you. Thank you for being in service with our community, because you make it yours too. And I mean, just as we've had this beautiful remodel of our outdoor space, and we'll have it for events, like another way is bringing more people, sharing with them. I know it can be a little scary sharing your belief system with people, but we might be what they're looking for and they don't even know it. And I think that, bless everyone who finds what works for them, because I was so scared to find my own spiritual path. I was so afraid that someone would tell me, well, here's what I do. And for fear of loss of their love, I would follow them because I had a real fear of loss of love. But we can love people up who don't want to come here. They can say no, thank you. And we can watch the people at Costco. I love you. I love you. Because that's the thing about love, is like, there's no guarantee of it returning. And that's the best kind of love to give, because you can give it so freely. It's a freedom that most people don't know, because we think, oh, well, I just have this little bit of love, and if I give it away, it won't come back and I won't be okay. But it's not true. If you really love yourself, I keep telling this message. This is my ministry is about loving yourself. If you really love yourself, giving it away multiplies it. If you give it away and you have no attachment to what happens to it, you can still know that your love is going out to other people. You can still know that you're multiplying and magnifying your love. There's so much that we can do just without even being in person. Just with our minds, just with our thoughts, just with, like Ernest said, having those thoughts, creating a different world. That is why we keep saying that. We want a world that works for everyone. And I don't know about you, but my ideal for this year is peace to be known by everyone. It's a big order, because what do you think the universe likes to give me? Opportunities to be at peace. So I've had some big challenges, and it was hard for me to come today because, like I said, come in your pajamas, come comfortably, because, I think you should just show up. And I dressed up today because I'll be on TV for forever. And, but, I have a human life, and it can get messy because I love people and I want them to love me, but not everybody's going to love me. So it's my job to love me, because I know I am the beloved of the divine. Otherwise, what am I doing here? It takes a lot for us to get here. A lot of people, a lot of instances, a lot of things. We are alive now. So what are we going to do with this life? So let's, magnify others, magnify yourself, magnify what you want about the planet and the center and the people that you're in relationship with, because what we focus on increases. And if you're an accountant, it's, what was it? Oh my. Wow, I'm not becoming an accountant anymore. So that's great. That's right. Thank you. What you appreciate appreciates. And it becomes larger, and we become more grateful, and we have more gratitude in ourselves. It is that cycle, that rhythm of magnification. And like I said, if we think we can do it on our own, we cannot. We are herd animals. We need each other. We need community. We need to be loved by each other, because we think this is a world that, and I don't mean need to be loved like I was talking about earlier. This is a world in which we think we can do it on our own. We can order everything online. We don't have to go and get food and be served by someone. No. There are people out there growing our food. Bless them. God bless them. Thank you. And even bees that make it possible, and worms. Oh, God bless them. There is this amazing ball of fire in the sky that keeps it all happening, right? And water and services that keep garbage out of our yards. I mean, we live in a really blessed place. Magnify, magnify, magnify all that is good in your life and share it. Because often that fear of giving away and not having enough, for me, it can happen. But what you get back is so much more. If you open up and you realize, wow, there's so much more love to be had everywhere around me. There's so much more good. There's so much abundance. It's all right here. Waiting. Spirit is waiting to give it to you. That is why we talk about all that the universe can respond is yes. So our job is to magnify what we want to have more of. And remember that everything is an answered prayer. It's hard to get there sometimes. But sometimes our prayers are maybe, or some other people's prayers, I don't know, somebody's prayers are not as clear. And so we get what we don't expect. So I invite you to also magnify the gratitude of, thank you, universe. Thank you for this opportunity to build more peace within myself. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with all of you. It is so wonderful to be in community. And, you know, even though I could talk for an hour about this, I don't want to bore you too much. And I don't want to bug you too much about volunteering. But I will say that it really is, for me, volunteering has helped me so much. I mean, I was telling Jim on the way here, volunteering is how I learned how to work the soundboard. Volunteering is how I learned the functions of a church and how to usher and how to deal with, you know, even the offering that we get. And it's important. It's important to participate, in my opinion. So I don't know. I think I'm way early, but that's okay, because I think I've said.
Can I chime in there?
Yes, chime in. Come on up, Michael.
When I became a practitioner, I didn't plan on it. I just took.
Lean into my mic.
When I was going to be a practitioner, I never planned on it. I took a foundations class, and I just kept coming back. And, you know, I got to learn, I got to pray with people at the end. We got to make projects. I even played music in here. I did some Steve Earle with my harmonica and my guitar. I did a music thing. You know, I used to work on the soundboard. I remember when the earthquake happened, I was able to help fix this roof because it fell in. So you never know what you're going to do here. It's just nice to be able, there's different ways to tithe. So sometimes our time can be more important than what we're trying to give in a basket. You know, we can put our energy in loving this place and loving all of you at the same time. Anyways, I didn't want to.
That's okay.
All right.
I don't want to preach too much to them about volunteering. But, you know, you could come and sit and pray up the center. You can send us all prayers that our center is not contained by this space. That we can be even bigger, that we can have more people, that we can have more joy, we can create more services for other people. There's some music in the background. They're playing me off. Where's the big hook? So please do take one of these. And if it doesn't have something that fits you, write in what you want to do. Because we are a center for spiritual living. You are a part of the Center for Spiritual Living out there too. And we can all vision something that works for all of us. So if and if this scares you, if commitment is an issue for you, come see me. Email me. Send an email to Mary and she'll send it to me because mine is a complicated address and I'm hoping to get a new one here. Because I'd love to be in partnership with you on that, on how we make this the absolute best Center for Spiritual Living for us. And call in all those people who need us and want us. Love them up in advance in your prayers, please, or even in your thoughts, even in your visioning, even in your daily life, just to think, what is the Center for Spiritual Living for me? The pan-ultimate. Magnify it. Okay, so I'm almost ready, but you know what the last song is? Do you know it? Do you want to come sing it with me?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know.
It's not the one we tried to sing earlier. I
No.
didn't know the words.
We are family. I got brothers and sisters with me. Ooh, yeah. We are family. Yeah, yeah. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Yeah, yeah. Get up, everybody, and sing. That's it. I don't know the rest of those words. So we're going to have a little more music from Astra. Oh, I do a prayer. That's right. I needed to put that on the list because I often forget. So I invite you to close your eyes if you feel so comfortable, or leave them open. Look outside at the beautiful wonder of nature today. Remembering that there is just one thing going on here, the divine life, living in and through and as all of the pieces of this one divine thing. And we are it. I am it. I am a part of this one divine nature and love, beauty, wonder, wisdom, magnificence. I know because I am here, called by it to be this expression. And as I know that this is the best and highest and most wonderful expression that I can be, I know this is absolutely the truth of everyone who can hear my voice. Each one of us, the biggest, best, most wonderful, amazing, magnificent, beautiful, lovely, beloved expression that we each can be. And I move that out beyond even those who cannot hear my voice, claiming for each being, two-legged, four-legged. We are all a part of this one divine, magnificent, beautiful, amazing, super incredible life. And as we come together today, we bless each other. We become more and more of this expression. As we step forward into the next moment, I claim that we are good and more good. And it is easy to know that this is what we move into, is more and more and more good. For the divine is waiting to give it to us. So blessed be as we move into the music, as we move into the next part of our time together. May you celebrate and love yourselves and share that celebration today and always. And so it is.
It's time. I've been waiting all my life for someone, something, anything to break the walls down. Time to move now. I can never stand alone among your sea of energy. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives and tangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth. Ignite like a fire spreads its light, expressing in a flaming fury. Light your dreams now, burn your fears down. We can never stand as one among imagined enemies. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives, untangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, in truth, in truth. Spiraling into a pattern of eternal light, following the path of love, gathering the thread that leads us in divine design. Despite illusion, I am whole. Like a puzzle we unite, sharing space and time. We intertwine our lives, untangled up in you. What we seek, then we shall find. So radiate my mind to understand that I am tangled up in truth, in truth, in truth, in truth.
Thank you, Astra. What was that line about tears burning down dreams? What was that?
Oh, light your dreams now, burn your fears down.
That's a good one. So don't forget, you can go after service and work the workshop with Astra. That's a great line. So what did you say about truth? I'm wearing my lasso of truth, because I love Wonder Woman.
Well, you're tangled up in truth.
And I am tangled up in truth.
We all are.
We all are. It's very, very true. I wanted to let you know something that was reminded to me today. This month is Autism Awareness Month. So, you can educate yourself about autism and look about it online, see how you want to help someone or be there or volunteer. I don't know if you know, I don't know the date. It's like next month. In Petaluma, there's going to be Inclusion Fest. I'm volunteering there. And it's all about for people who have disabilities. And it's a festival that they can go and enjoy. So there are people who will be helping people who are have sight issues, helping people who have hearing issues. So I can't remember which booth I'm working, but please check it out, because this is how we are also an inclusive community, including people with different brain patterns, different abilities, different ways of looking at life. So now is the time that we invite you to participate in the sharing of your abundance with our abundance. We appreciate your support of our vision to create a world that works for everyone. We're grateful for you choosing. We are grateful for choosing. I don't understand. In numbers of ways to give to the center. So there's a slide about how you can do that. And we have an affirmation on the screen to repeat as our ushers come forward. Will you hold the thought of your giving, whether it's financial or gratitude or love? Please also put your hands over your heart to recognize however you give and say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. Thank you.
I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am thankful, so thankful. Ooh. I am. I am so thankful. I am thankful, so thankful. I am thankful, so thankful. I am. I am so thankful.
I'm so grateful that she lets me sing this part.
I love it.
So, I forgot this part. We bless that which we have received and know it continues to bless this center and its work of awakening our spiritual magnificence. So here's that part about here. If you're here for the first time, online or in person, we'd like to acknowledge you. If you're willing, please raise your hand so that we can bring you a gift. Anyone? I'm new every day. That's what I always say. Please raise your hand so we can bring you a gift and a welcome. And let's see. This is not the first Sunday of the month. Okay. Sorry. Yes. So we'd like to offer a blessing to those who are new and those who are not, those who are firm parts of our center. And that is listed. There's no flyer, but it's listed up there. We raise our hands and say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community. And so it is. And then we have our final community affirmation, if you'll repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
See, we get it 2 times. I am led by spirit.
I am led by spirit.
I am guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I am protected by love.
I'm protected by love.
I am here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I am oh so grateful.
I'm oh so grateful.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And won't you stand for our closing song, please? And get your wiggles out.
And let it begin.
Yes, please.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. Oh yeah, with God as our center, loved ones all
Thank you all for coming and celebrating with us today. And let's go have some coffee and treats in the courtyard.